Hello viewers, it's Rene again from Ferntree Gully. Today I'm at Maniacs Axe Throwing at the Knox Shopping Centre. I believe this is a new establishment if you want to come down with a family. As for the last quarter, when it comes to the real estate side of things, we've seen a pretty strong and very healthy but fair market. I'm finding that there's good opportunities on the buying as well as the selling. Of course, if you're selling something renovated at the moment, something that presents really well and all the boxes are ticked, when it comes to the sales campaign, well priced, the right method of sale, so on and so forth, we're finding there's really good healthy competition and we're seeing a very large number of bidders. To start things off, I'll go with the best example that I could speak of today, which is number 1, DeWint Court in Scoresby. I did the auction on the weekend. My colleague and I, Michael Laurier, ran that campaign, and it was a 4-bedroom, 2-bathroom, approximately 18 square home in Scoresby on a corner allotment. The price range was $1 million to $1,100,000. We saw 9 registered bidders, 7 actually participated. The auction started at $950, and get this, $470,000 later, it ended up at $1,420,000. That's $320,000 above our owner's expectation, above the price range even. Now, that brings me to my point. Again, auction. It's the best way to sell real estate. Many of you might ask me at the moment, or have been asking me, what's better, private or auction? Let's look at why auctions have been better. Multiple reasons. First, and most importantly, I would find it extremely difficult, nothing's impossible, but extremely difficult to get a buyer to sit down at a negotiating table and convince them to pay $320,000 above the owner's expectations with the absence of another participant there. Those emotions, that fear of loss on the day, and being able to physically see the competition is the only thing driving buyers to pay irrational prices. The second reason, the auction campaign in itself embeds the private treaty method. Who's to say you can't receive an offer during the campaign and sell privately and move into a private sale setting? Take number 9 Wiradjuri Drive in Rowville, listed between $800 and $880. The property was going to auction on the 22nd of June. However, on the 8th of June or the 7th of June, I received an offer well above the range from one of the buyers who saw there was plenty of competition at the open home, thanks to the environment created around that listing. And what we saw is that that buyer extended themselves out with a $50,000 plus offer before auction to take the property off the market. We then proceeded to close offers 3 days after that, giving all buyers 72 hours to put their best and final. Unfortunately for that buyer, they missed out on that home, but one of the other buyers, one of the other 6 to be exact, that placed offers prior to auction, with the lack of transparency of which offer, of where each offer is at, we ended up with $988,000. So to avoid the auction, a buyer ended up paying $108,000 above the price range and above our owner's expectation. Again, we're still also finding that what the auction process is helping us achieve is shortening days on market. You definitely don't want to expose your property to the market longer than you should. You also don't want to sell it very quick within the first week, which is where some owners might find and have a bit of fear. I've got a good offer in my first week. I've gone to private sale. I better not lose that buyer. I better take that offer, not exposing it to the market for the 2nd, 3rd week to allow buyers to get ready and get their ducks in a row. So that's one of the other reasons, being reason number 3, is giving the property that sweet spot, the right amount of days on market, which is somewhere between that 20 and up to 30, at about that 26th, 27th day mark. Last but not least, if you are considering selling as well, one of the things that people say to me is we find auctions to be stressful. And I ask why, and they say it's because of the day itself, what happens if it doesn't sell, X, Y, Z. Obviously our job is to prepare you for that, but most importantly, think about it on the other side of the spectrum. If you went to the market with a private treaty scenario and you sold your home subject to finance with a 2 weeks clause on there, which is the average condition for finance, you would literally be stressed out for 2 weeks versus that half an hour window when your home goes to auction on that one and only day, and where you get to be sold unconditionally, 10% deposit paid, and you know it's done, dusted, finished, versus sitting there with a $2,000 on average holding deposit, waiting for the buyer's finance to be satisfied by their banks. And before you know it, an announcement gets made around interest rates and your stress levels go up even more. So in having said that, I know many of you might disagree, or some might agree, or you might be on the fence and have further questions. I'd absolutely love to have a chat with you just about all that was mentioned today. Thanks for watching once again, yeah, thank you.